Alright, let's get started. Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight Live, and today I figured we would do a short stream. Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight Live, and
hang on a second. Need to mute myself in my own preview of this video here. There we go. Alright. Sometimes that resets itself. I always turn it off, but sometimes it keeps coming back on. Anyway, let's set ourselves up here. I figured we would just do a nice little simple bit of building today. Actually, you know what? I like this hotbar better, so let's switch over to this one. Get all our building materials in here. Just a short bit of building, I think. Mostly because I want to play around with the tram system, since in our last episode, you may recall I mentioned that I thought to myself that we could do better. We could get a more functional tram system going than last time, and plus I like to experiment with all these fancy new features, so let us see where we can go with all this. Alright. Yeah, starting off right there was probably not the best idea entirely on my part. Very high ceilings to overcome. Giant, there we go. Alright. Now, the real question here is that, can I do anything with that? The answer appears to be no, though there are doors in the space stations that I've seen that you seem to be able to get something going with, but we'll all experience or experiment with that as we go along. First real challenge, of course, is just to see if we can get something that resembles a functioning tram system set up, so we will get to that. We'll have to put some lights in here somewhere. There, that'll do. It's gonna be very dark in our tram testing facility while we get this whole thing set up. But it should, with any luck, turn out rather nice in the end, if I can get a straight line going, which apparently I cannot, for some inexplicable reason. Just life, really. Life and nerves. And other horrible things of that general nature. Yes. Alright. So, basically, the idea that I thought to myself is, why not build a tram station? And why not... Because you may recall last time we were playing with the tram stuff, I specifically noted that I seem to have a little bit of trouble, just a little bit, mind you, actually getting the blasted thing. Here's where our problems are going to come in, is keeping it on the rails like that. Alright, so how do I do that? Well, it could be a simple matter of just having it so that as you approach the door, you just kind of go up, like at an angle like this, and then you hopefully slide through. Will that work? Only one way to find out. Alright, come on. You did not land on the rails. There we go. Okay. Right, we're missing something. And that something is a rail switch right here. Alright, so the rail switch right here, that will trigger the door, obviously. Yes, I can see where that could be a problem. Alright, it does make it makes it over. So that works. That works. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, so all we need to do from there... And in fact, I actually could keep these lights where they are now that I think about it, because the tram will just go through them. Unless I'm mistaken. Which I don't think I am. So, alright, simple matter of... Gonna be one of the wonkiest looking systems I've ever made, in my personal opinion. Alright, so you get a little something like that, and then you kind of go over like that. Alright, it's weird, but I like it. It'll be functional. Functional when I want it to be functional. That's the important part. Alright. There we go, and then keep on going. And the real challenge is basically going to be to make sure when we get these, like, freeway intersections that the tram actually goes where it's supposed to. And that's the whole reason I wanted to focus on a little bit of tram building with this stream, is to see if I can't figure that out. Now, you may think to yourself, Gaslight, why didn't you just do that off camera if you wanted to learn so badly? And my thought process is, oh, and also, looking over the chat. Hi, everyone. My thought process is that why don't we learn together? And that way, you know, if I get stuck and frustrated with things not going quite the way I would like, then I've got you guys here to possibly take some of the blame for my failings. And by that I, of course, naturally mean help me figure out what I'm doing wrong so we can fix it. There we go, a little something like that. And here's where switchamajigging goes into play. Actually, I wondered to myself, is my problem entirely based on putting a rail stop here? If I don't put a rail stop, will that solve our problem? That is a good question. We just kind of leave things to keep going a vertical direction. Will that solve things? Well, only one way to find out. Also, I made this like the most ridiculously circuitous pathway ever. Entirely, so we can just see how effective this rail station is. Because I think the station in general, like, it's small enough that it should not interfere with, like, there shouldn't be any load problems. I think. Probably. Alright. Okay. We got this. Then we go up and up, and it's probably right about here that we want to start angling ourselves to make sure there is room. Hope there's enough room for the tram there. It'd be kind of unfortunate if there was not. Oh yeah, this is getting rather wonky, isn't it? Oh dear. Will it even be able to fit through the door? That's a good question. Very good questions indeed. Also, I guess? No, I do need a... We do need a rail stop there because this is an intersection. We need to have stops at all the intersections. Because that's where you choose where you would like to go. Alright. Gotta think smart about this. And basically the idea is we just have this big, loopy thingamajig here that will, sooner or later... The idea, I don't know if we'll spend, like, the entire stream fiddling with this stuff. We might, but probably not. It also occurs to me that, I'm gonna do this the way I currently have it set up. Then, we need to actually lower the tram a little. So again, we got this right here. Then we go down one. There we go. That's the good stuff. All right. Then it goes through here in this lovely corridor, like so. Like that, and like this. Yes. Alright. In fact, this is probably the best place to start testing it, because it's these four-way stops where we had problems in the past. So that'll be what we want to keep our eyeballs open for. Alright. There we go. Ah yes, the vertical shafts. Doors do not play nicely together, so we'll just go ahead and remove that. We'll put you and you, then we'll put the stop, like that. It's actually not symmetrical based on what we've done previously, but we'll worry about stuff like that later. We can get it all together. The E3 conferences. You know what? I actually didn't think about those. When are those? I'm not sure when. I completely forgot when E3 was this year. I know it's coming up. It's not today, is it? I'm not that out of date, am I? Not that out of touch with the news, I should hope. But I guess the answer to that question is we shall see. Actually, no. I did like that, like this. So we'll put the stop right here. I think that makes sense. There we go. You, like this, and then 1, 2. There we go. Alright. Today in 4 hours. Oh, in that case, no, I won't be watching them, since I have somewhere to be a little later on today. Kind of disappointed to be missing that, I guess, but, oh well, I'll pick up the highlights later at some point. Where did I put the tram? Oh, right, it fell off. Right. Alright, let's see where this thing goes. Alright. Right, the rail switch that we didn't actually wire back in. Alright, that's where our problems were. Gotcha, gotcha. Oh my. It's gonna record. You know what? I really should just get rid of the doors, shouldn't I? I mean, they're cool and all, but it's gonna take time to wire all this, and who has the time for stuff like that these days, right? Hi. Oh yeah, it is the 10th. Can't believe I forgot about E3. You're not pulling my leg, are you? It is actually today those conferences start. Oh my. Anyway, we'll get back to that. For now, let's just get the wires going here. Alright, like that. And like that. Okay. Now we're gonna get this set up properly. And it'll look good. And we will look good doing it. Oh, and there we go. So, what's this? Alright. We have been working towards this moment for the last 5 minutes. Okay, good, good. It opens in time. Alright, the tram, it works. It's working. God, no. Oh, wait, it worked. Stop. Okay, so basically the system does work. But clearly, once it gets moving, I have no control of it until we reach a stop, so... Alright. Okay, last set of doors that we need to fiddle with. Yay. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's do this. And... oh. Now this is going to be a real interesting one. How do we set this up to work properly? Mostly because I'm concerned we might move too fast, and the door won't open in time. But we'll fix that problem when we come to it, so until then, let's just head down, get everything hooked and wired and set. And if we drop you now. Alright, good, it's fitting in, it's going. Alright, we're moving around. Up. Ah, it missed. Oh, wait, but I can actually understand exactly why it missed, because it's not close enough. There we go. Gotta move it a little bit closer. System is almost perfect. There we go. Now that'll work. Okay. Pop through the door again. Alright, we haven't even got to the tricky stuff yet. That's the part that kind of makes me nervous. We haven't even got to the tricky stuff yet, and I haven't even got a perfect, foolproof system. Now, why did you go that way? If I hit up... okay. Right. So this is where the tricky stuff happens. How do I make sure that it works properly? And I think the solution to that is I gotta remove these, like so. And we put in these, like so. Alright. So we have to have this work in two ways. One, we need to make sure that there is a switch, so these will activate if I summon the system from a distance. Okay, so we need that, but we also need it so that if we press a button, this button, that, actually, you know what? Oh, I can actually put that, no, that's gonna cause problems. I can already foresee that right now, but if I'm hooked into this thing, and I were to press this button right here, that's within range, isn't it? Yeah, that's within easy range. Okay, good stuff. So we've got this. This is all coming together. It's gonna be perfect. Okay, wire button, wire button. You can go in the corner over here, Mr. Button. You can also go in the corner over here, other Mr. Button. Okay. So basically, these will all trigger these. Plus... actually, wait. No. No, yes. Yeah, wait. I'm trying to think here. So if I push up... use a stop. Thinking about. You know what? Actually, yeah, that might actually just be the simpler and most logical solution. Here I am thinking of, you know, creating some... Like, in my head, I was trying to think of some, like, complicated system, but you're probably right. Just a stop switch would probably be enough, I think. Let's test that. Alright, so if I put you here, then I say go here. Alright, so I stop. Alright. I'm probably still gonna need the little wiry things for, like, if I summon the train system. Okay. Right. That's right. We need to make sure that all the things in the middle also trigger system. Alright. So we've got this. Actually, am I going to need to make every wire trigger this? Alright. Nope, still not working. How did I get this to work last time? I had something. Oh! I'm an idiot. Because I don't have these all wired to each other. That's it. There we go. That's where the good stuff... This is where the magic starts to happen. And where things also possibly get kinda crazy. We shall see. Alright. Now this should work. Okay. Alright, you come over here. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah. Okay. Gonna keep going around forever, isn't it? Well, it worked. Hey there. Alright. This is where we need those little, switching-a-jiggers. Alright. There might still be a problem here, because it could still fall off. Watch the wires on a medical station to take notes on how to do it. That's a good point. Alright. Let's see. Could it even be as simple as just doing this? Alright. So the idea here... Alright. Where will you go? Okay, you went down. It's not exactly where I wanted you to go. Where did you go? Okay, now it's left us entirely. Alright. Yeah. One problem I think I can see happening here is that it could still fall down. So, let me think about this for a second here. If... Alright. So I hit that. Yeah, that turns it on, as far as I can tell. Alright. Okay, so it... Oh no, I can't even get it to the station now because I've wired everything up. Good job, Gaslight. Alright, let's just get out of here. Oh no. Can I? Oh no, wait, yes, I can escape. Because I didn't wire anything up here yet. Alright. Once we solve that, though, it's gonna be much easier. Or later. Alright. Yeah, don't do that. Do this. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's retrieve the tram. And once we have it back where it's supposed to be... Oh dear. No, don't go down. That's not where I want to go. Alright. Completely, ridiculously, unnecessarily circuitous system here. Alright. Okay, so the tram actually fell off, so that's good to note. It means it's too close. Okay. Getting back to basics now. Right. Again, with the tram. Alright. In we go. Alright. So we follow it along. Everything opens and closes just the way it's supposed to. The only thing I have yet to master is actually getting to arrive at the right stop. No, stop. Oh dear. It's stuck in a perpetual loop forever now, isn't it? Yep. Good job. Alright. Alright, we can fix this. Wait, all we need to do is press that last button. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay. Alright, good, we stopped it. No, that's not... I don't want you to go there. Alright. Okay. Now the question becomes, how do I guarantee, because it won't necessarily... Like, these aren't necessarily a guarantee, because I could hit anything and it won't necessarily go there, so the question becomes... Alright. Okay, so if I'm manually controlling it, then it does exactly what I expect. Okay. That's good to know. So that works. It's the summoning of the tram that's going to be mildly problematic here. Because I might do this. Instead of just coming over here, it'll go down. And it'll sort of do an unnecessary loop. Other than that, it does work exactly as we would expect. I do need this wired up in order to work. Well, that's a mystery I'm going to have to work on. I'm sure the solution is probably something mind-numbingly simple, too. Once you really get it going. Probably, maybe. But, apparently, it is too simple for my mind to comprehend, so I'll have to do some work with that. And I also understand that setting this up is probably just asking for even more trouble, because now we're going to have even more crazy loops going around. But, you know, it's fun. And that's the point. As long as you have fun with your insanity, then, you know, it's all for a good cause. Also going to be very dark in this station once I'm done with it, isn't it? That's my guess, personally. Alright, so we gotta go down here like so. Then we just kind of start crossing over. Like this. Should just barely fit. It'll be a tight squeeze. But I think it'll work. Alright. So we get that going. That works. And there's no cross stuff here, so we really don't need to worry about any fancy switchery. That'll be fine. Alright, so we got this, then we go down again, and then we go over again. Alright. If we can get a working tram loop of some kind, then I will be happy. Of course, then again, I say that about a lot of things. If I just had this one thing, then I could be happy. That's not how happiness works, my friends. Not at all. Not in the very least. Alright. So, at the very least, our mad train system is coming together. I think in a moment, though, we will... If this loop works, we'll worry about all the other complicated business that we need to actually fix in order to get a functional system. We'll worry about that later. What I want is just to see if this thing will actually loop around. I like the idea of those hatches, but I know that's going to cause problems if I try getting the system to go up later. Also, anyone else noticing that my hands seem to be incredibly jittery? Like, I have not even had coffee. This is madness, my friends. Absolute madness. Alright. But it still works, so that's the important thing. Or, this works. There we go. What am I even trying to do? All things considered. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. Alright. To be honest, I did not build this nearly as complicated as I told myself I was making it in my head. In fact, this is actually a rather simple system in the sense that you really don't have, like, that many complicated bits to worry about. We just have a bunch of... Well, we have the one major intersection. And that's the one mystery that I still have to solve, is how to get that to work exactly the way I expect it to work, without causing any hiccups along the way. It's gonna crash, isn't it? I need to opt that off. Move it just a little bit further away. There we go. Alright. This'll work now. That is the good stuff right there. Good stuff we all know and love. Ah, here's where things could get interesting again, because we have this. I'm not going to have the rail system actually go in there, though. But we will need a stop here, because it's an intersection. Or do we need a stop? I mean, there's really nothing for anyone to see here. Now we won't put a stop, we'll just kind of make it go. You know, when I was building this, I was imagining creating some crazy labyrinth with all kinds of crazy intersections so that we could really test the limits of my intelligence here in getting a tram system to work. But apparently, it was not necessary in the least. Because as it turns out, this system is not nearly as complicated as I was building it up to be in my head. Basically, the most complicated thing is probably just going to be putting in all the wiring switches later to get the doors to actually open and close. Which, now that I think about it, I should probably have been removing all these doors if I don't want to have to do the work of putting in all the switches. You know what, with that in mind, we're so close. We've almost completed the loop. Let's do that, and then we'll go and explore some anomalies and stuff. Stuff of that nature. Because there's all kinds of cool anomalies that I've heard about, but we have not yet seen. Alright. That, effectively, is the end of our loop. It ends here. The only thing is that it's not continuous. You have to go on a different thing in order to go on a different line in order to get into or to get from one end to the other of this mech station. Alright. Okay, so that is more or less a functional loop. I will save the tedium of actually trying to wire up all the doors to properly open, or an exercise to do off camera. You know, I should put an OR switch so there's like a player sensor, because I'm pretty sure there's a player sensor switch. That way, you know, we're not locked out if we don't happen to have the tram on us. Then again, I guess just to prove that the system works, we probably should put a switch here. And this is where the one problem's going to be. Well, one problem of the many problems in my horribly designed transit system is if we have this here, we have this here like so, we need to wire these in. Let's see, this is the, no, that's the rail station. There's like a little thing to propagate signals, is there not? Pretty sure there is. Let's see, the bulb, output light, output light. I mean, this basically would be something like that. We could just have an OR switch. That also would. Never made a bulb. What does a bulb look like exactly? What are we dealing with here? Okay, it only has one output, so that's useless to us. Let's just make a couple of OR switches just to propagate the wiring, as we will need that. I mean, I probably could solve that as well just by putting multiple stops at various places, and that would do stuff as well, but, you know, lazy. Alright, so we'll put this here, and then, what do I need to wire into this anyway? This. Well, that's just silly. That's just silly. Alright. I think I'm only gonna need the red wire anyway. Or no, I don't need the red wire. What am I thinking? Hang on a second. What am I trying to propagate? All I'm trying to propagate is... No, actually the red thing. I also need to propagate this blue thing. So actually a bulb would be useful. Never mind. Alright. Okay. Propagate, propagate, propagate. Take a couple of these. So slow. Okay. Alright, sorry about this. We'll get to the exciting stuff in just a moment, I promise. Alright. At least I think this should... Oh, and it doesn't work because it's... Alright. You know what? Never mind. Not even gonna worry about it. We'll wire that up later. I'll do that off camera and we'll make a proper episode out of it where we can edit things. For the meanwhile, let's explore some anomalies, because there's some more interesting stuff in the higher tier worlds, or so it would seem. Also, there's our Urkius ghost friend there. Ignore him. He's just a relic of past age. Oh, here's an anomaly. It's dangerous, apparently. Oh wait, what's this? A hostile ship. Alright, if you're still there, we're gonna have to check that out, because if I'm not mistaken, I've heard about derelict ships, and if I remember my reading correctly, you can find the derelict... Ooh, this is a new one. You can find the... Oh god. Oh no. No, sir. No. You will not drain my battery like this. Alright. Anyway, if I'm not mistaken, the derelict ships show up occasionally at the hostile ship spawns. If you see something that says, hey, there's a hostile ship here, it might end up being a derelict instead of a hostile ship. No, I like this little moon asteroid thing. That's cool. That's fun. Let's try... Oh, God. Oh, hell. Not you. Oh, dear. Okay. Hang on a second. Here's where we cheese the game. Oh, dang it. I have my laser pistol out. Hang on a second while we fix that. There we go. Excuse me, friends. There we go. Now, I can't help but notice that I'm now drifting away from my ship. And despite the fact that I have been repeatedly warned about this very thing and that I should have a rocket spear on me, I did not bring a rocket spear. Oh boy. Well, you know what? No, this is interesting as an attempt, but at the same time, we're never gonna actually get to the anomaly at this rate. Alright, where did my ship go? It's just endless hordes of angry robots. Okay. I mean, in fairness, this system does still work. Very, very slowly. Alright, where did my mech go? Oh, I think I saw it over there. Nope, that is something else entirely. So, alright, I guess we'll just kinda, fly around. Yes, I need any item. Actually, let's check my inventory. What do I have here? We have heart focus, we have a summoner saber, broadsword. I have no spear on me though. Rather silly. So, remember that in the future. Always bring with you some kind of rocket spear, or just anything that gives you a bit of thrust. Of course, you figure this laser beam would also shoot thrust, but you know what? Let's just beam back and start that one again. That is endlessly amusing to me, but actually, you know what? Let's also turn off admin mode. That way, there's actually, a challenge and a risk of death and excitement. Because who doesn't like a risk of death and excitement? Death and excitement. These things are necessary. Because without death, you don't appreciate life, and without life, you don't appreciate death. Or something quasi-classical like that. Wow, I actually managed to avoid getting hit by those things. Not bad, Gaslight, not bad. Oh, it's you again. Oh dear. Oh, and there's two of them. Why? What did I ever do to you? Stop. Please stop. Oh dear. There's a battery back here. Pick it up. My one hope. Still dying. There we go. Alright. Progress. Slow, steady progress. Alright. Is there... Ooh. Hello. Well. That was... Oh, what is this? An escape pod or something? Apparently. That is pretty cool. Let's beam back. That was... Oh! There was another escape pod over there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There'll be other times. There will be other times for these things. But let's go check out this. Because I'm hopeful that we can find a derelict ship at some point. Pretty sure they show up in hostile ships. I feel like I read that somewhere. Maybe I was reading that wrong. And it is in fact actually at anomalies, but I'm pretty sure it's in ships. Ships can carry, or occasionally, be derelict. Possibly. We're also entering an some kind of asteroid field. Those are always fun. Don't really want to play with you today. We'll be stealthy. We'll avoid the danger instead of going, you know, face first into it. Maybe. It's possible we'll avoid getting killed by everything. Maybe. Yes, we made it. Okay. Nope, stop. Please don't. Oh dear. That was, good job, Gaslight. And that's why you don't get too focused on playing in admin mode, because then you lose focus on the fact that you can't die. Actually, also, I think... Am I even using armor? What is my armor? Alright, it's not terrible armor. In fact, it's reasonably good armor. Hello. Alright. Let's try to avoid the enemies. If I can avoid aggroing them until we get on the ship, then we're probably halfway okay. Alright. Let's try that one again. There we go. There we go. That's the good stuff. That. And these guys can't hurt me while we're in here, so just kind of blow them up. Just like that. There we go. That is how you cheese the enemy. Alright. Anything good on here? I mean, this is not an abandoned space station, unfortunately. It is, in fact, very much alive, but... Having said that, at least we're getting some good parts. And additional fuel. You always need fuel for things and stuff. Are these actually wired into anything? No. At least I can't see if they are or not. Right. Gotta remember, you'll stand by. Oh, they can shoot me even when I'm ducking. Good job. In that case, never bring. There we go. Never bring a gun to a sword fight. Alright. That takes care of that. And that... It's a bit of loot. Nothing too exciting here, but my big hope is that I have been told there are new lore books. I haven't found any myself yet, but there are new lore books apparently out here in the depths of space that seem to imply, mostly from what I've heard, that the USCM is potentially going to be kind of coming back, in a sense, in that, you know, they were kind of cut from the game in 1.0, but that we may see or hear from them again in space. Seriously, who doesn't want to see some stuff in space with the USCM? They're cool. They know what they're talking about. We've got another hostile ship. Maybe this will be the one. Of course, you always find these things when you're not looking for them. We're going to give up on finding some crazy new lore, then it's going to turn out that it was inside us all along. And by that, naturally, I mean that it's going to turn out that it'll just randomly spawn when we no longer are looking for it, as these things tend to happen. Alright. Oh no, they're... Oh no. Okay, just make it onto the ship. Oh, come on. Oh, dear. So, apparently, I didn't realize this, but the exhaust of that one drone thing can kill you. That's good to know. Alright, let's just kind of sit steady here for a second and heal ourselves. Just in case, as we very, very slowly drift through depths of space, such as they are. Alright. A lot of enemies. A lot of bad guys just hanging around in space for no discernible reason, except apparently just to make my life difficult. Alright, but we're avoiding them. Haha, they're up there. Oh no, they found me. Why do they always find me? How do they always find me? Oh no. Guns can still find me after all. Okay, oh. Get out, get out, get out. Okay. One of you drop me a spear, maybe? Spear me. Give me a nice, juicy spear. Just bandit hoods, huh? I mean, I suppose that's a type of spear. There we go. Just kill everything here. I am so grateful, in fact, that those enemies cannot beam through the door. How much harder would life be if we had to worry about stuff like that? Alright. Get the battery. There we go. Alright. And then I died anyway. Shucks. That is true. I don't know why I don't. It would actually be a good idea to use both simultaneously, but I never think of doing that. Alright, so that ship is very much not a derelict. So let's go over to this anomaly. Maybe there will be something anomalous and exciting over there. Maybe we'll get to add another visual novel to our collection of visual novels. Actually, now that I think about it, since I've got this on my ship, I should go to the outpost sometime and just admin cheat Starbound 64 in so that I can have all kinds of playable arcade games on my ship. That would make for a fun time. Little arcade ship flying through outer space. Alright, what do we got here? Bunch of hostiles over there. But mostly just automated turret drone things that are not that big a deal. A little bit of a big deal, but not big enough that I actually... Man, that does a ridiculous amount of damage. They're just hitting me with the exhaust from their stuff, so that's crazy. Alright, well, good job. Alright, I appear to be slowing down. Aha! Okay, safe. Not quite. Almost safe. There we go. I'm learning to master... There we go. Master gravitational fields. Space. Alright, so again, nothing particularly exciting here. Just a little bit of loot. Which is not bad. I'm not complaining about loot. But, could really go for... Oh, and then I died to their exhaust anyway. They were already dead. That's hardly sporting. Alright, let's go to another system, unless a new anomaly is spawned up. It is not. Wait, there is another ship here. Another hostile ship. Alright. I'm drawn to these things, like a moth to the flame. Actually, I should probably go back to our, I should re-outfit my mech so it's actually got 2 of those Gatling gun arms. Just because what I lack in accuracy, I can make up for in laying down the fire. Oh, what is this other arm? My primary shot is like some kind of railgun. It does a lot of damage, it's just hard to actually hit. Oh, hello. Oh. Good job. Good job again. There we go. Okay. Hostile pursuit. Out of the way of those guns. Pick up some battery. There you go. There we go. Aha! Oh dear. Yeah, try not to do that. That's a very bad idea indeed. Well, we've got our plasteel horse here. Or Violium steel horse, I guess. It's whatever it is. It is a horse of some kind. And it may or may not have a name. Hello. What is your purpose in life, anyway? In fact, you know what? Maybe that's not exhaust at all. Like, I'm kind of, like, I'm associating it with exhaust, but it's actually some kind of, like, interstellar mod. Wait. You were already here. Probably should have seen that, because it was grayed out. Yeah, admittingly, with Starbound, the having to go through the Urkia stuff every time and actually having to do all the starting missions every time you start a new character, that I can see that being a little annoying. It takes time, really. It'd be kind of nice. Like, I know you can skip the Protectorate mission. It'd be kind of nice if you could skip the whole, like, first planet thing once, like, after you've created your first character. There might be a mod that does that, actually. But it would be a nice feature just for anyone who, you know, they want to start a new character and just get into the game and start exploring again. But, alas, it is what it is. Alright, what do we got here for anomalies? We've got a friendly... Oh, it's a friendly ship. I mean, friendly ships are kind of boring, because every single one I've been to so far is basically the exact same setup. But you never know. It could turn out that there's actually... Maybe this will be a derelict ship for once. You never know. You never know, indeed. Yeah, it's basically just the same design, but... I mean, I feel for the most part, like a lot of these things, like... A lot of this whole space update, I feel, is basically just creating a template for modders to, like, go nuts with it later. You know, like, the whole visual novel thing, that's there just to show modders, hey, you can do this cool thing with this new stuff we added. And the space dungeons and everything, that's another example of, hey, modders, check this out. Look at this cool stuff you can do. Hello, friends. Alright. Rare. Actually, hang on a second. Free latch, huh? Keep space. Oh, no, wait, I was gonna say, one of them sounded like their dialogue was just like regular dialogue. Alright, a bunch of industrial stuff. I mean, no reason not to buy it, I guess. We might want to fiddle around with that at some point in the future. Actually, this ship is slightly different in design than others we have been on, but not that different. Just a little bit. Friendly ship that was a weapons market, huh? So they can have different designs, is what you're telling me. And that is exciting news to hear. Very exciting news indeed. How did I set this up? Oh dear. Yeah, you kind of went to the wrong stop, my friend. There we go. Alright. Why don't you go down here? Okay, now you worked. Okay. Confused me with your strangeness. Alright, so that works. But what if I did this? Well, it works, because these things can't afford to fall, like, one square and still stick up. And why are these off? Anyway, these are questions that we're not really here to have answered right now. Oh, also, looking over in the comments, there is a mod to skip the intro stuff, it would seem. That is good. Very good indeed. For anyone interested in that sort of thing. Oh dear. Don't get swarmed. Which is probably what we gotta work on here. No, shooting these things reminds me a little bit. The whole question of how you can possibly shoot women and children. The answer is easy. You just don't lead them too much. Same is true of these random space monsters. I'm leading them way too much. Or not enough, alternatively. There we go. They're coming at me on a straight vector like that. Much easier. Much easier. Good stuff. Favorite race, huh? Probably the glitch at this point, if for no other reason than because play as them so much. And I just like the aesthetic. Oh dear. Good job, Gaslight. You've done it again. Ah, optional Urkius mining facility quest. That's good to know. Right, just beam down. That's all I need to do. Alrighty then. Oh, turn down the game volume? I certainly can. Also, that, just kind of crank that down to, let's say 35. There we are. Alrighty then. Alright. Simple. Oh, dear. These guys, not that hard to lead at all, because they do not move very fast. Or wait, did that one enemy outrun its own bullets? Or wait, no, there's just a turret over here. Oh dear. It's just asking to get shot. There we go. Now, I'm not sure if this has changed or not, but something I recall that was brought up as a bit of a concern back when this was still in unstable was that you can bring your mech down. You can bring your mech down to a planet's surface, but you can't necessarily recharge it down there. Which seems kind of odd to me as a design thing, personally. Oh, you didn't drop me any battery charge. No. Oh, no. Not again. Not again. I'm gonna run out of battery just killing. Okay. Aha! Not quite invincible. Alright. Someday. Okay, you know what? Going that way has killed me like 5,000 times so far, so let's go this way instead. Surely that can go better for us. Or not. Just open us up to more tears and disappointment. Oh dear. Alright, just bail out. Bail out. Good job, Gaslight. Okay. I'll be honest, I thought I had a pretty high tier mech here. Apparently not. Though, on the other hand, I suppose what I should really be doing is taking this, be a bit more strategic about it. And, actually, don't just rush forward at full speed. I mean, I could probably save a lot of battery just like letting my own momentum here carry us forward. Exactly. That saved us a little bit of battery. Okay, just take our time. And shoot them. There, see? There we go. It's all about learning. Learning the new systems. Oh dear. You again. But, see? There we go. Actually, man, this railgun is really powerful. I need to work on slowing it down a bit. A bit of aiming in there. Yes. Slow approach. Definitely what we need. Alright. Railgun is nice, but its damage output leaves a little bit to be desired. That was a little unnecessary there. Let's make sure we've killed everything in case we have to make a hasty retreat. As we almost certainly will at some point. There we go. Alright. So we learned a couple of things about... Oh, hello. Oh, it's a coffee machine. Who does not like a good old-fashioned coffee machine? Alright. All kinds of new stuff to scan. Wow. See, this is what I like. Just, you never know what you're in for. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Loop. Alright. So we've got ourselves a whole little space colony here. It's nifty.
Very nifty indeed. What is this? A monitor? Technology inside the server can now be contained inside a portable device. Ah, yes. The old commentary about the advancement of technology. Well, this is actually rather interesting. Are any of you merchants by any chance? What about you? No. Ship and crew, captain, your name is Marley. I've been here a while. Nice to meet you. Life's treating me fine. That's good. How do you get the horn? That's a good question. I have actually not found a horn as of yet, but I'm pretty sure... Actually, I probably should have looked into that, because one thing I have as of yet really not played around with, but I think the horn just shows up randomly, or horns can show up randomly as blueprints in chests. Presumably, most of the blueprints I've found so far have been on friendly ships, so presumably look for friendly ships. Oh yeah, and also rare drop. I had to go mining for the core fragments. That's true. I wasn't playing Starbound when you had to mine for them, but I was familiar with. You can break with the spacebar and use your horn. F. If you have one equipped. I do not have a horn, of course. But break with F. That's interesting. I didn't know that was something I could actually do. Learn something new every day. Let's test that. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh no. I did it again. Oh no. There's like a Titan-sized one. Okay. This is not going quite my way. You die, please? There we go. Alright. We just kind of circle back. We pick up a bit of extra battery. Break it up. Come on. There we go. Just kind of go back and forth. Try not to get ourselves killed while we're at it. There we go. There's the good stuff. There we go. Alright. Now I have no horn, unfortunately. So we're just silent. But then again, you know, sound doesn't travel in a vacuum anyway, so we wouldn't be able to hear it anyway. So perhaps I can pretend I have the rarest and most powerful horn of all time. We just can't hear it. You know, get a whole Emperor's New Clothes situation going here. Oh, that's, you know, world-class strafing right there. There we go. There we go. All right. There's the good stuff. All right. Carrying on, then. Alrighty, then. Though, thinking of horns and other, like, blueprints and things, it does occur to me that if you really want, you could probably, as long as you knew the name of the item, you could probably just, spawn item it in. But, you know, that's not very sporting at all, is it? Oh, we won't do anything like that. Not today. But that is also a viable option, I would assume. Alrighty then. Let's see. I hate it when the pig gets in the way. Pig, wake up. Wake up, pig. Can't activate... Some days, I tells you. Some days. Sometimes I even forget that I have a crew member. I wonder what life is like from his or her perspective. Yeah, that's right. Out of the way, pig. And, oh, one more anomaly. And after that, looks like there's no more anomalies in the system, so we'll have to go traveling again. Which is always good. Who doesn't like a bit of traveling? Alright. We're learning a lot today. Mostly about what not to do, like charging headfirst into a swarm of enemies in space. Generally not a good idea. But, if you really want, it can work. Alright. Let's see, what are we in for today? Oh dear. Try to avoid Titan asteroids until we have blown up you. There we go. You know what would actually probably be smart would be getting an item that had, like homing missiles. That would, oh no. Oh dear. done it again. Okay. Oh, load them up. There we go. There's some more batteries for us. Alright. How many of these things are we fighting right now? Probably more than we should. Alright. It's simple. Just circle around. You have to lead them. I'll lead your target. That's just marksmanship 101 after all. Here he comes. And there we go. Alright. Once again, we have somehow survived, even though logic dictates I probably shouldn't have. We'll, try to avoid... Oh! What is this? Something of moderate size. It's a base hidden inside an asteroid. Oh dear. Oh, I thought I was much closer than I actually was. Alright. Hey there. Alright, let's come back in. There's some water there. Alright, let's come around from the other side. Probably safer for my health, actually. Hang on a second. Let's stop and heal up. Just in case. Because you never know. You never know when you're going to die a horrible, embarrassing death. It happens more often than you might think. Oh dear. Alright. There we go. That takes care of them. Alright. So... Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh my. What the heck happened here? It's like some kind of water balloon or something. In fact, this looks like a derelict ship of some kind. Maybe all my talk about derelict ships showing up in, And this looks an awful lot like a really big ship, doesn't it? And most of the stuff here seems to be... things. Cannons. So there's a lot of cannons lying around. But not too much... Not too much threatening other than that. At least for now. But, that's no reason to get complacent, because, as we know, complacency is what gets you killed. I still find it kind of weird that your energy and your health are the same bar as far as your mech is concerned. Then again, I guess that's like supposed to represent your shield or something. I do not like those giant asteroids. Alright, we've got to be close now, right? Gotta be something cool coming up. This guy is still following us. And he is a jerk. A real big jerk. Oh, this is pretty cool. Interesting little asteroid base of sorts. Oh, what do we have here? A hero mech body. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. 0 and 8. What significance is there to these numbers? Probably nothing. Let's see, but mech guns don't seem to do enough damage. The railgun does. It does a pretty good chunk of damage off of enemies. But, it can seem sometimes like your mech. I guess, especially if you've been playing with, like, the XS mechs or the ZZ mechs mods, those which are kind of like, they have a tradition of being, like, ridiculously overpowered. Those compared to these mechs, the power difference can be pretty underwhelming. At times. Sometimes. Anyway. Alrighty then, let's see. Anything else in this system? The answer appears to be no, so... Let's see here. You're a fiery star. Let's go over to you. I love this new map mode, to be honest with you. Yes. I like this. It's like a 2D No Man's Sky. Or something like that. Or fragments didn't exist, and you actually had to look for you know, I also did not play during those times, but I think I know what you're talking about. I think. Sounds mildly familiar. What do we got over here? A friendly ship. Got a little sham cradle. Kind of wish I had a fishing rod. We could go do some fishing. An extreme danger. Ooh. Well, obviously we got to go to the extreme danger. After all, danger is my middle name, as is rotten food. 2 middle names, you see. One is rotting food and one is shocking. Well, the build was great. Not that it was better, but it was something. It's true. It is actually really interesting going back and like seeing old footage of Starbound, what it was like earlier. I remember one of the, like, some of the earliest footage I saw of Starbound was, like, back when you still had to, like, summon bosses. And I remember watching footage of the game and, like, not knowing that, like, the transponder beacon thing would summon Twing. Yeah. That was a surprise. Or, you know, what is it? Like, I mean, to a certain extent. Like, because there was a time, because I remember player setup, like, there for a while, like, you didn't even get a warning that you were summoning a boss. You were basically led to build this transponder signal thing, and then, you know, with the expectation of health, because the whole initial setup of Starbound back in the day was that you were, you know, stranded. And there was no real story beyond that, just, you know, you're lost and alone out there in space. Randomly either escaping the mini-nog or avian fanatical priests, or, you know, Earth had been eaten by a giant tentacle monster. To be honest, I kind of hope 1.4 brings back those old, like, summonable bosses. Because I think they were fun. Like, I like the old bone dragon, the old robot boss. And things like the Tentacomet, which never actually got in, or the Jelly Boss. Which, I've never actually seen the Jelly Boss, except for a handful of pictures. Oh dear. Good job. I can kind of agree with that. I don't think Starbound Story is terrible. Like, sure, it's not like the most unique or original thing ever, but there is a part of me that kind of wonders what Starbound might have been like if Chucklefish had decided that, you know, having a story wasn't a big deal, or, you know, wasn't one of their design goals. And if, like, all the lore was basically just limited only to, like, the codexes you found. But, you know, person can spend their whole life, you know, wondering what could have been. But, no. You really shouldn't do that, should you? I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with wondering what should have been. I actually had this conversation with someone fairly recently regarding, like, regret and stuff, and my general thought process is that you, like, it's okay to have regrets, I think, but you shouldn't dwell on them. Because at the end of the day, your mistakes, as much as your successes, ultimately end up defining who you are. And, you know, like, sure, you know, you can end up embarrassing yourself or something now for something you've done. And maybe you'll always look back and feel a little embarrassed about it, but, yeah. Anyway, that's kind of a random tangent. It's a lesson I try to live my life by, so I repeat it semi-frequently. Hopefully not too frequently enough to start sounding preachy. But just enough to spark discussion on such things. Also, oh, I'm hearing an arcade in here. Aha! Ooh, there's people and everything. There we go. Alright. Now, there's a part of me that kind of wishes Dancebound was an actual playable minigame. That would be fun. A Lilotron mech body, huh? Lilotron, that's the shark, isn't it? Pretty sure it is. May peace follow you. Yeah, you and your preachy high-lawnal ways of peace. It'd be also pretty cool if you could actually play all these arcade machines, but that's something for the modders to do. Let's see. That is true regarding the optional 1.4 playable arcade games. But also looking back there, yes, I do concur that there was something about having the story more of an optional kind of background thing that is somewhat lost these days, but at the same time, I guess, I don't exactly regret it, though having more optional story stuff, you know, it's just kind of in the background would be nice. Yes. Yes, indeed. Alright then. Friendly ship ahoy. Maybe we'll finally get the elusive horn. Or I could just turn on admin commands and see what the horns are called, and that way we at least know what we're missing. But that feels like it would take away a little, doesn't it? Just a little bit. These are some weird ships. Like, does anyone else kind of wonder why you would build a ship where there's like this whole compartment that's detached from the rest? Of course, on the other hand, this is like the shipping compartment, isn't it? So that way, if you're a smuggler, you can dump your cargo when Imperial inspectors show up. Or something like that, anyway. And you get angry slug people angry at you. And what are these? Are these like fuel tanks? It's interesting to kind of think about this stuff. But nothing too exciting in just the old friendly ships. But there can be exciting stuff there. What is this? A weapons trade station. You know, we've been kind of ignoring the trade stations. Let's check that out. Plus, while we're exploring, maybe this will orbit around to somehow be closer to us. Probably not, though. Yes, with streaming, I think, like I think I mentioned it during the community stream last week. I think I'm gonna try make streaming a regular weekly thing. Not always Starbound, but I figured Starbound today because I haven't done a Starbound video in a couple of days, and it seemed like the right call. I might also use the streams to like play games that I am interested in playing, but you know, due to the current you know, whatever current schedule I may happen to have, you know, it doesn't really fit into the scheme of things, such as it is. Like, if anyone's interested in games like Renowned Explorers, for instance, I did one video of that recently when the Emperor's Challenge came out, and I've actually been playing it pretty regularly in my spare time since. But, aha, yeah, see, little rail switchy tabs there. Anyway, so yeah, I've been doing stuff like, what is the point of weapon parts? Sealed crate of weapon components, valuable for interstellar trade. Oh, wait, I think I'm getting it now. Alright, so I can buy weapon parts from him. I can sell food rations to him if I have them. And I have medical supplies on me. Interesting. Ooh, what's this? I kind of wish that would show damage or something. Sort of like Punchy, except, you know, not quite as punchy. Speaking of Punchy, let's turn on admin mode for a minute. It's been a while since we've seen our old friend Punchy. There you go. Welcome back, old friend. There we go. Ready to take all the abuse I can give you. You know what? I'll come join you. I feel kind of bad for poor Punchy, the punching bag. What did he do to ever deserve such a life? Oh, wait. Just noticed I missed. I'm kind of ignoring the community here. Let's see. Community streams will be rarer. Yes. I don't know how often I'll do community streams. I figure they'll be an every now and then kind of thing. Mostly just because in the future I'll probably want to attempt to organize or do more organization-y type stuff with them. but they will happen. There we go. No, I actually like the design of this particular space station. In fact, when I think about it, its design is actually rather reminiscent of the space stations you can build, except, you know, somewhat more so. And indeed, there is a part of me that kind of wishes that I could just build my own space stations as I see fit. Though I do kind of like the whole modular design thing, because to a certain extent make it a little bit easier to manage, since I don't have to, like, be creative about putting stuff like this down. Yeah, I haven't built too much of a following on Twitch yet. We'll get there. Aw. Poor Punchy. You! Could you get out of the way, you danged pig? Hang on a second. If I turn admin back on, test this out here. Set tile protection 0 false. Oh, and he moved. But can I can't move my own chair. I was gonna say, if I could just move the chair. That is true. You actually can't undo stuff with your space station once you've placed it, so that is mildly problematic, I would say. Because if you screw up... Wait, can you... You know what? I haven't even tried. Can you even destroy your space station once you've built it? I don't know. There's not a convenient, easy undo button. Yes, that's a very good point. Normally I play with mods. Right now I'm playing vanilla, just while I wait for some of them to update. It's something that's been requested, and something I plan on doing with Starbound in the not-too-distant future is an Alephian Races playthrough, because I am led to understand there is something of a quest line available there. I don't know how in-depth it is yet, because I know when I did a mod spotlight on it, the mod creator told me that apparently I think there's like plans for like 30 or so races eventually. So it sounds like it's going to be a pretty big and ambitious mod on the same scale as Frackin' Universe, so it'll be interesting to follow that. Okay. You know what's really ridiculous though is how much damage these those things, the things that drop poison exhaust, how much damage do they do? Oh dear. Oh no, that battery nope, battery did not despawn. It's died. There we go. Oh dear. You again. Oh no. I hate those things. Let's see, whole lot of very busy chat today. Pulling back up. Become famous eventually. Someday. Modular thing, mods, 0 tile thing, doesn't really work with ships. That is true. Let's see. /debug. You can't destroy it. Yeah, I've never quite played that deeply with stuff of that general nature. Let's see, destroy space station walls. That is true. That's something I'll probably want to fiddle with myself at some point. Let's see, poison exhaust things are yes. That is true. They are probably the most diabolical of all things that can possibly show up right now. They're absolutely horrible, disgusting monsters. They should be killed with extreme prejudice. No amount of prejudice is too extreme for them. There we go. Didn't even get a chance to fire a shot. Excellent. Okay. That went rather well. Rather well indeed. Right. Don't get too cocky, though. Because still a bunch of enemies out there. A lot of big bad guys who can cause a lot of pain and or suffering. Good job, by the way, on missing with every single railgun shot. Alright. You know, to be honest, actually, now that I think about it, there's sort of like a careful what you wish for situation going on here with these mechs. is that I recall for the longest times one of the biggest and most common complaints about Starbound is that even the end game vaults are too easy. So it sounds like Chucklefish, they listened. They made, space and mechs and everything really challenging. And now everyone's complaining, oh, it's too challenging. Myself included in that. But when I think about that, that is kind of funny. I do have a personal space station, but actually, now that I think about it, I didn't even bookmark. Wait, did I bookmark it? That's a good question. Let's see. Deploy mech, runes, home, shell guard. Shell guard? Wait a minute. Is this my frackin' universe save? Oh, wait, there it is. Tram testing facility. What spotlights? Well, 2 shell guard palace. I'm actually playing. I didn't think I would actually be able to. No, get out of the way, pig. I didn't think I'd actually be able to do anything with. I have bookmarks for those things, but no mods active, so I'm kind of surprised the game didn't explode on me. How do you fly? Right click. Left click to zoom out, right click to travel. Speaking of punchy, hang on a second. Let's spawn our ever loyal friend. How does he do in space? Or punchy. He takes all the abuse. Alright. No, you could make a game out of this, probably. If, trying to knock punchy into things. Little, space punchy ball thing. Oh god. They know I'm here. But he's gone. He's gone now. Alright. Okay. Alright. So far, so good. Do I dare look away from the screen to examine the chat for a second? Also, I lost Punchy. I don't know where he went. Or Punchy. He's out there in the depths of space. He's free now. Which, he's probably happier that way, actually. Let's see. Spawn in the wired targets. They break when you hit them, and they are so satisfying. Wired targets, huh? Alright, well, is that literally their name? Oh dear. Oh dear. Aha. You know what? I think I'm actually starting to get a little bit good at this. Not great, but fully adequate. Beautiful. These are basically space homing mines, aren't they? I don't have to venture through the frozen stars. Here we are. Alright. Let's land somewhere safe so we can see what the chat is getting up to. Always a bad idea, really, to get yourself, getting yourself too cocky, thinking that you're invincible when you're not. But having said that, we're doing semi-reasonably good for ourselves, so that's something to celebrate, I guess. Whoa. There we go. Alrighty then. Let's see. Clear out these lines. Get ourselves a nice hyperspace bypass here. Aha. Basically, okay. Good job, Broadway. Almost. Alright, we'll take a second there while we respawn. Where are we going? Alright, there we are. Let's see. Should be strong enough to venture through frozen stars. I believe we're actually around a fiery star right now. Oh yes, beam down again. I didn't actually see what the whole thing was. Lights wired to buttons and they will turn off. Wired targets, huh? Let's see. One item. It's just called wired target? It is! Can't do anything with it right now, but... Oh, duh, it's because it was an item, I hadn't actually placed it. Oh, silly Gaslight. When will you learn? Someday, possibly. Oh dear. Alright. We can outrun them. Which is not likely. But remember, just because something's difficult doesn't mean it's impossible. What is this? Hold on a second. That's a temple to the rune. That's something new. Ship's crew get a mech if they beam down with you. Alright, let's find out. You there.
Huh?
Yeah, you're gonna follow me now. Also, there you are, Mr. Met. There we go. Alright, little targeting. Oh, and I can wire it up. Okay, what happened? Okay. So it's doing that. I shoot it. Oh, right, because that probably... Alright, let's see if we can have some fun with this. Wire... Oh. Got your admin back on. Wire target. Let's spawn in 10 of them. Now that I know these things exist, we can have all kinds of fun. Aha. And if I do this... Now, I figure the way I'd want to set this up is put it through a NOT gate. And, you know, like, actually something exciting, but then... Pop, keep it. Oh, I love that I'm glad to know those exist. Alright, let's turn... We'll spawn in 10 more, and then we'll turn off admin mode again, and we will explore this temple to the rune. Visions like the ones you get from Dr. Akag. Yes, it looks like our crew, in fact, they don't come down with us. That's unfortunate. Oh my. You were certainly taking your time exploding. Aha. Now, it does occur to me that we're basically gonna have all these things show up. Or all those enemies that we lured over show up right here at the Rune Temple. That could work out to our advantage, actually. Come on now. There we go. There's the good stuff. We just kind of slowly split them up, and then let's explore what's up with this temple to the rune. It would appear... I mean, like, if I was going to theory craft on what this means, it is that the rune is possibly, or was possibly, something far bigger, like far bigger of an issue than perhaps, the story leads us to believe. Because this is an ancient temple floating through space. Which also kind of reminds me of that one anomaly in Stellaris, now that I'm thinking about it. Where you find a temple floating in space. Because, I mean, this is built by the ancients, like, whoever the builders were, the ones who made the vaults and presumably the Ark base thingy. So... like, why this warning about the rune? What, like, I guess my frustration here looking at this is that Like, there's not that much going on here. You know? It's, like, it's here, and the fact that there's, like, a temple here, it makes you wonder. Beyond that, I want more. What are you trying to tell me, game? Trying to tell me something. But what? What is it trying to... Alright, you can go back to what you were doing. Remember? That's right, just keep upgrading my engines or whatever it is exactly you do. Alright, more anomalies. More mystery and excitement and or adventure. After the... that's interesting that you're suffering lag after the 1.3 update, because if I recall, one of the things they were trying to do in it was actually optimize the game. Huh. What do you think? Unfortunately, that's something I'm not really sure how to help with, I'm afraid. Alright. Killing some more unsightly space monsters. I kinda wondered to myself, what is that, that one thing? Not these asteroid monsters, but, the other robot I blew up. Also, now that I think about it, that rune temple surrounded by a bunch of space landmines. Or space mines, I guess. I mean, kinda makes you think that someone didn't want people going to that temple dedicated to the rune. Of course, the question you also have to ask yourself is, was the rune really that bad? Or we just, you know, we didn't see the story from the rune's point of view. I mean, after all, from my point of view, what's his face? Oh, I can't even remember his name now. From Lost, what was his name? The guy who everyone was, like, in charge of the island. He murdered his brother because his crazy adopted mother, who murdered his real mother, told him to, or something like that. The man in black, though, in Lost, he was like the secret real hero. All he wanted was to get off the island. And I refuse, no matter what anyone tells me, this is my personal headcanon at villain 1 in that story. Anyway, let's see. Easter egg where if you hit Punchy 100 times, it attacks you back. Oh, that would be cool. A little Legend of Zelda reference there. Let's see. When our ships can get anywhere of space mines and sentient asteroids? That is a good question. Oh no. Don't do this to me. Come on, give me some battery. Just a little taste. That's all I need. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. So close. So close indeed. That would be hilarious if you attacked Punchy enough times, he eventually, finally had enough of it and bit back. Summoned the Punchy Legion. That's what we need more of in this world. A legion of Punchies to protect us from harm. Oh dear. Oh, this is... Oh dear. This is a good question. With all these things floating around in space, how do we get anywhere? How are we not constantly running over these things? Alright, you blew up. Managed to blow you up. So we can catch somewhere with our lives. Alright then, blow you up. Alright, what are we in for with today's anomaly? Now, it's now gonna be bugging me. What the heck was that guy from the Lost name? You know, the supposed good guy, the guy in white. I mean, another thing is, the man in black. Poor guy never even got a name. Like, what the hell? He lived like 5,000 years. Still doesn't have a name. That's gotta suck. Like a lot. Like, seriously. Imagine that. The Electro Blade Sword. Alright. We'll have to take a look at that. In fact, maybe we should warp back to our little base and see what we can pick up. And this was not the most exciting anomaly. Interesting. Not that exciting. That is a good question about where all these droids and mines keep coming from. I mean, the sheer amount. Oh, what is this? This is a hostile ship. Okay. Alright, after this, we should go to our space station and take a quick pit stop in there just to look at things and see what we can expect. Actually, before we go, let's take a quick rest. I should really set up a bed in here so I can just sleep while we're traveling to things. I love this tram system so much. Like, not the fact that I built this particular system, just the fact that, like, this works the way it does. For so long, I've wanted an elevator system that who keeps closing this door, that functions just that nicely. Alright, let's go check out our space station. We'll see if we can re-outfit our mech, and move on from there. Ram testing facility. Let's see, if you build different buildings, you can build a shop, someone would move in. That'd be cool. What time is it where I'm at? It is about 1 o'clock, more or less. More or less. Alright, so here we are. Actually, let's see. Alright, so we can take this. You know, I just realized I need a stop right there so we can decide whether we want to go left or right. Fortunately, we went in the right direction this time, but we could have just got stuck in an infinite loop. That wouldn't have been too good. Let's see. Tell an intro, huh? Cake. You know, it's been a while since I've played with that mod. I should give that a go. Let's see, what do we have as far as stuff? We got the feat, we got the hero. As far as I can tell, it's better than the one we have. It is better. Solarium stars. Man, you need a lot of stuff to build these things. Lilotron. Also as good as that. USCM mech. USCM mech is apparently trashed here. Sorry, USCM mech. You're actually only middle tier. Got the hopper. We got basic mech legs. Real mech arm. Oh, I haven't even unlocked all the cool stuff yet. I know what you're probably thinking. Gaslight, why don't you just spawn on in that? I could. But, we're not going to. And something in the comments. Hello there. Ah, here's where the problem comes in. See, we kind of looped around and went an unnecessary extra distance. Would have been just as good. Stopped, but we're not going to fiddle around anymore with that. I really should make an episode dedicated to just fiddling around and making this little house a home. But there will be time for that in due course. At some point. Let's see. Right, hostile ship. That's what we wanted to investigate. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. Let us see what adventure and misfortune can we get into this time. Alright. A lot is the answer. There we go. Got rid of that annoying all of these horrible monsters. At least he's got a face, so you can see that he's looking at me. Well, it's a machine, so I guess calling it a he is kind of just projecting my own gender on it. He's got a death skull for a face. He's a pirate, honestly. A death skull? Kind of redundant, isn't it? I mean, usually skulls come from dead things. It'd be really weird if you removed someone's skull while they were still alive. And you know what? If it was at all possible to do that and not kill the patient, you would see that happen in RimWorld somewhere, probably. That would be my guess. Politically correct. You know what? It's funny. My brother often accuses me of being too politically correct. Which, in fairness, I probably am. Which is funny, because I also sometimes find myself criticizing, you know, stuff going on out in the world for being too politically correct. I think there's a balance, I guess, with those sorts of things. Though, trying to find a consensus with anyone on what that balance is. That is a fool's errand right there. In fact, that's probably an argument to avoid having. Punchy's homeland, huh? Oh, they're trying to rescue their beloved prince. Which would make sense. Or Punchy. He exists solely to take abuse from people like me. For some reason. What did he ever do to deserve such a curse? Probably nothing. But you never know. You never know, indeed. Come on, you nasty, horrible, disgusting robot. Things that are not actually robots, but inexplicably sentient rocks flying through space. But then again, in an infinite universe full of infinite possibility, who's to say that a sentient gaslight, or a sentient rock would not come into existence? I mean, science fiction has such sentient things. It happens. It's pretty cool. Ooh. You returned. Well, I didn't really go anywhere. But an Arcasis shuttle. Could we learn more about the fate of Azra Nox? Actually, that leads me to think. Azra was the founder of the Arcasis, wasn't she? Which, another funny thing, I didn't even know Azra was a girl when I first ran into her in that Ilotl mission. That's an awkward thing. Kept calling Azra a he. And I'm pretty sure, in real life, if you mistook someone who was in fact a she for a he, that's gonna cause a little bit of upset. This is a very interesting ship. Got this comfortable bed right here. Just, you know, strip down and enjoy it, I guess. You know, when you think about it, are the Arcasis really that bad? I mean, all they want in life is for a world where only humans exist for some reason. That actually does sound pretty bad. A universe with only humans? Man, that would be boring. Right, the doors. Wait, can you good job, Gaslight. All those signs have a proper meaning in the middle intro mission, huh? That is interesting. Round him, burnt him. Ah, yes. Okay. Though I do note, those, these Arcasis ships, like, their design, like, look at this. Imagine if there wasn't a button on the other side. You'd be trapped forever. Alright, let's do this right this time. There you go. You see, I distract them with my ridiculously oversized hat. Wait, how do I even get in here? Now that's just a weird design choice, if you ask me. Having to go all the way over here just to access the captain's cabin? That's just not efficient. What is this? Blades of this turbine can be stained with trace amounts of blood. What were you people doing on this ship? Also, I do, despite the fact that I hate everything the Arcasis stand for, being, you know, fanatic xenophobes, whereas I'm a fanatic xenophile, probably, to use Stellaris ethics. No, I can't help but note, they do have a certain sense of style, don't they? Hello. Though the fact that these rooms are all pretty self-contained. Aw, look at that. They're in love. Now I'm about to kill them all. That kind of... They can't even shoot me. The door closes too fast. Beautiful. I mean, I did just murder everyone on this ship and leave it, what's this? Oh, it's an Ocassus 2 mech body. Interesting. Interesting indeed. I mean, I like the fact that you can run into these little Ocassus ships down here. And for whatever reason, have glitches. A xenophile means you embrace everyone equally. Probably. Well, not necessarily equally. That's egalitarian, isn't it? To use, again, still or as ethics. I'm gonna just arbitrarily assume that the game somehow knows I'm streaming and is giving me all this good luck with crazy ships and things. Just because. Just to make sure that I give off a good show. Ellen ship encounters, you say? I look forward to that. Indeed. Anyway, but yeah, getting back to the Ocassus. You do have to wonder if we're going to hear more from them in the future. Like, I'm kind of hoping, like, 1.4 or 1.5 adds. Oh, I went next to it. Didn't actually go to the ship. Silly me. Alright, there we go. Alrighty then. Away we go. Right, what mischief and magic and wonderment can we come to this time? Yeah, right, I trailed off there. Talking about 1.4, 1.5. It'd be interesting to have, like, a post-Rune story that deals with mopping up the Ocassus. Like, I don't think we're gonna have, like, you know, some tidy story where Azra Nox realizes how wrong she was, and, you know, that she was being a bigoted racist this entire time. Not to mention, like, omnicidal. You know, wanting basically everyone to die. You know, I'm not expecting a story like that. Though, it would be interesting to try to write a redemption story for a character like Azra. Because, I mean, to a certain extent, her racism against everything that's not human is, like, it's not... Well, I guess it's understandable, because the backstory is that she was born in, you know, like a rim colony. Probably run by the USCM, if I had to guess. And, you know, her family was murdered, I think it was by Florence. Or maybe it was Glitch or Avian or something. It was by something. I forget her story exactly, but, you know. Like, you can understand where a hatred for everything different from you might come from if, like, that's your only experience with people who are not like you. Very telling of real life as well, when you think about it. Hello there, friend. But yeah. One of those things, really, it makes you think, I guess. Once I kill this thing, I noticed there's a lot of activity going on in the chat, so we'll get to that in just a second. There we go. What's going on over here? Let's see. Yeah. Azra would never change, I don't think, but it'd be interesting trying to come up with a redemption story for that anyway. The Protectorate Sword, you get that after completing the glitch mission, where if you've held onto your broken sword that you get at the beginning of the game, then you can, what is it? You turn in like a couple of tech cards to what's his face, the Duke. What's his name again? I forget his name, but you know he's a Duke of some kind, and you turn in some tech cards and stuff to him, and it'll fix your sword up. So this specifically is Azra's blade, which is funny since we were talking about it. Also, why is it called the Soulless Katana? I mean, I guess because it's a sword infused with Solarium. But I always figured that it was called Soulless because, like, it was somehow referencing a person's name. And I figured, like, when I first heard about the item, I figured that that's who the boss of the glitch mission was going to turn out to be, some dude called Soulless, but nope. The sword, you get in the starter mission. That would be the broken sword, right? I think I've actually got that sitting in here. This thing, broken broadsword. That is in... If you skip the intro mission, I'm pretty sure it's just in your inventory or in your, like, ship locker. Get out while you still can, huh? It's interesting you'd put something like that in your own ship. And... yeah, it's somewhere in the intro mission, like, right towards the end, like, before you have to fight that tentacle, you're given the sword. Come on, you guys. Can't we all just get along? Probably not. I mean, they are pirates, after all. And, I mean, I am kind of invading their ship, so I guess they're kind of justified in, you know, enacting castle doctrine. At least, you know, if you live in a part of the world, mostly the US, where that sort of thing exists. Astra in space. No, that would be pretty cool. That would actually be interesting indeed. Like, especially kind of going on with what I was saying a little earlier about, like, maybe something to help kind of tie up the loose ends. I mean, Astra gets away. Like, that's the thing you got to keep in mind here with the story. Astra gets away without facing any karmic retribution for trying to murder literally the entire universe. Of course, then again, I mean, I guess when you get down to it, there's actually a number of plot holes in Starbound's story, but, you know, let's not get into that right now. Wait, wasn't a security station, but now there is. Yes, Azra is a Karma Houdini. Also, nice reference to TV tropes. I've spent many an hour reading that on that website, page after page after page. Probably still haven't even read half the site. Oh wait, the intro mission is different now? Security station, you say? Yes. Actually, as I recall, that's kind of probably the biggest problem people have with the more story aspect in this, is because, or that was added in Starbound, is just the fact that it does kind of force you to be, you know, the chosen one hero. Which is a touch unfortunate, you know, for anyone who wants just a more open-ended motivations and activity for your character. Wait. Glitch from the glitch... Right, he's a baron, not a duke. Where am I getting the duke from, then? Not thinking... Where do I know a duke from? Not coming to me right now, but... it will. Not to mention, I mean, like, baron is like the opposite of a duke, as far as rank is concerned. And by opposite, I just mean... bottom run, more or less. Oh my, this is gonna be fun. Lots and lots of enemies. Duke Wellington. Maybe. Alright. Clear up. Don't care where the space monsters go. Oh, good job. Bail out. Alright. Oh dear. I think I've lost track of the chat over there. You know, a couple minutes of fighting space monsters and you completely lose track of what's going on over there. Yeah, Season 2 story. That would be nice. Something to give us a bit of closure. You know, ask the important questions here. Like, for instance, we don't know for sure what happened. Of course, then again, it's probably going to be one of those, like, careful what you wish for things, because I imagine, to some extent, Chucklefish is aware that some people prefer Starbound's lore being more open-ended and would want to, like, draw their own conclusions. But, like, there are questions here, like, what happened to Astra? What's going to happen with the Ocassus now that their attempt to unleash the ruins failed? And, what about the buildings? You know, from the ancient vaults? Like, we know they exist, and we know that possibly died. There's also, of course, you know, the mysterious, what is it, the eighth race on the arcade? I mean, when are they going to show up, if ever? I mean, I'm assuming they're the builders. Why did they remove themselves from, why did they remove themselves from the Ark? Why are they trying to hide? These are the questions. No, that's actually probably a good idea, just try to cling to the edge. Because there's usually a lot less enemies to worry about down there. Usually still a couple, but a lot less than if we were... Oh dear. Alright, let's try to take these guys out. As best we can. Oh dear. Come on. Oh no. I don't have the mobility. Oh dear. How did I not die? Okay, wait for them to come back. Come on. Blow them up. Pick up a battery. All I need is just one battery. Okay. And I got a couple batteries, so that actually worked out rather nicely. But yeah. I mean, I guess there's a lot of directions we could go, because there are a lot of open, hanging plot elements that you can think about here. Regarding just what exactly could happen next in Starbound. There's a part of me that kind of wonders if Chucklefish actually has any, like, plans to build on the story, or if they've deliberately left things open so that modders can step in and do stuff like that. And, you know, build it for themselves. Interesting questions in either situation. The vaults made to protect. Yes, that is true. They were built by the builders, the architects, in order to preserve as much life as Oh, that is... Wait. What kind of block is this? I mean, I like the illusion of 3D that's provided here. Let's see. The first step before fighting a dictatorship is to learn. The enemy can take your weapons, but never your knowledge. Now, strictly speaking, that's actually not true, considering the fact we are in a in a very far future society where the Apex are shown to be capable of brainwashing and so forth. So, you know, could happen. Let's see, use the mining drill as a shield. That's actually a good idea. I think there's also a more powerful mining drill thing. I don't know if that would have the same effect as the basic drill, but something to keep in mind. What do we have over here? You are a hostile ship. Alright. Something new and exciting. Come on and give it to me. New and exciting. New and exciting. New and exciting. Also, I just noticed the time, and I'm actually probably going to need to wrap the stream up shortly. So I think we'll do one or two more anomalies. Well, this ship and maybe one more anomaly, and then we'll probably wrap things up from there and see how things go. Alright, what have we got here? Give me something cool and new. You are not looking particularly cool and or new. Blow you up. There we go. Alright. But we did find a bunch of nifty new stuff. We got some blocks, we got some new friends, need some enemies. It's all good at the end of the day. As usual, just duck under the enemy. They can't hurt us. Excellent. Though again, I mean, I am kind of invading their ship, so they are right to exercise force to get rid of me. They didn't invite me over here. And plus, I mean, I guess you could argue that as I am an agent of the Protectorate, technically, I have a right to break up space piracy rings. But on the other hand, the mech. And it's actually something I still haven't quite pegged down. I think you have to at least beat the Urkius mining mission in order to unlock the ability to pick up a mech. That's my standby with that. I think. Okay, Can't bookmark that. We've explored that. We'll check out the friendly ship. There might be a weapon shop of some kind. Though, with admin commands, you might be able to skip that, because I forget the actual name of the command, but there is a command that lets you update the state of the outpost. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is called. And also, there are actually commands to just finish missions. But I can't remember what those are called off the top of my head either. That is true. We don't know for sure they are space pirates. All we know is that Sail has identified them as hostile. Maybe they're not actually hostile, though. Maybe Sail is actually secretly evil. I mean, that was the plot twist in one Justice League story, wasn't it? That Booster Gold's little robot pal, Gideon? Is Gideon, right? No, Skeets. That's Skeet. There. Was, like, secretly evil the whole time. Also, you know, spoiler alert, by the way, in case you've never read that particular story. Well, this is actually a different ship design. I like it. It's not, you know, particularly exciting. What do you think waits for us out there in the stars? That is a good question. Vaccinated against space parasites, you say? You know, it's funny you should mention that, because there's actually a codex hidden in the Hylotl mission. That was like, it was from some contest I think Starbit or Chucklefish did, where you could like write your own codex or something for the game, and the person who won that and then mentioned something about a space-borne parasite or something, I think. If I'm remembering the story correctly. Let's see. Nothing else here. But I think we have time for one more anomaly. It's another fiery star. I mean, that's where all the cool stuff is, after all. Probably. I also like how you can... Well, I can't see it now, but we can kind of see that our ship is, in fact, moving. Yes. Alright. Probably our last set of anomalies, and then that'll wrap up the stream. I'm pushing it a little bit here, because I actually have to go somewhere later. But I want to see something new and exciting, because I've been told stories, legends, if you will, of some kind of USCM base you can encounter. Oh, Frackin' Universe is up to date, is it? That is good to know. I'll have to investigate. I'll probably leave Frackin' Universe alone for a little bit, but inevitably, I imagine, just given the scope of that mod, eventually it's going to have like space content and stuff to play around with as well, and when that comes, we'll probably give it a new visit. Not party plans, just heading off to go take care of some business. Cultivator create everything. Why did he make the rune? That is a good question, actually. There's a lot about, like, the origins of Starbound's universe that is left to be asked. I mean, the rune, to my understanding, existed as long as the cultivator did. They were born more or less together as opposite sides at the same point. And when you think about it, to a certain extent, the rune is just performing a necessary role, because all things must die sooner or later. And if the cultivator was the embodiment of life, and the rune is the embodiment of death, and from life there is death, and from death there is life. So, you know, if you want to get all philosophical about it anyway, you know, go in with, you know, circles of life and stuff, but if you're not into that sort of thing, then yeah. Lots of questions, really. Let's see. Oh, the lore of USCM has been changed now that they are a disbanded organization. That's actually interesting, because at least it acknowledges that they exist. Which, you know, it's a good thing. Because you do have to ask yourself, in the absence of the Protectorate, because seeing as Earth was the center of the Protectorate, and Earth is gone, along with pretty much all of the top level leadership, it does kind of lead you to wonder to yourself what the fate of the world, or I guess of the galaxy, is. In fact, now that I think about it, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, a season 2 or even a season 3 of Starbound storytelling could tell us. Like, for instance, I mean, like, the main story basically gives us, like, a sneak peek into what's going on with all the races. Like, all of them, you know, it's like, even though we technically destroy, like, the Big Ape program in the Apex mission, for instance, how do we know they didn't have backups? How do we know that was the only copy of Big Ape? There might be more Big Apes lying around. And the Avians, I mean, we didn't even actually touch their whole death cult society thing that they have going on with sacrificing people and stuff. So there's that. And, I mean, the Florin. You know, the Florin are still doing stuff. And the Hylotl, what are they doing? Like, there's a lot of stuff with the races in Starbound that's very open-ended, isn't it? So you kind of have to wonder to yourself if, oh yes, and also a Nova Kid story. We know nothing about the Nova Kid. They have towns now, but they still don't have much. Pig, could you please get out of the way of the chair? There might be one last anomaly we can squeeze in here. Let's see. Scan a USCM sign now. Every race will have new... Oh, really? It's new. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can spawn one in right now. Is it just called USCM sign? Probably not. I knew it couldn't be that easy. Maybe we'll find a USCM sign. Wait a minute. There's a USCM sign in the mech missions. I don't think I can revisit those training grounds. If every race has new stuff to say about the USCM, that makes me think that there could be some future plans there, or at least Chucklefish put in the seeds to, like, make the USCM canon again so that modders can then, you know, go crazy and do it themselves. That's the thing I always wonder to myself, exactly, is, like, how much, when it comes to, like, future lore and story of Starbound, does Chucklefish have in mind themselves right now, and how much does Chucklefish maybe want to leave open-ended for modding community to play around with? There's a lot of room to go in either direction with that when you think about it. And in either case, I am interested to see where it goes. So much. So that's the good thing, I think, about Starbound's universe and storytelling methods, that it does leave itself very open to add more. And who knows how long Chucklefish plans on supporting Starbound. I assume for at least a little while. At least, you know, a few more updates at least. Who knows? No. Good job, Gaslight. Let's see if I can at least kill these things. Oh, wait, I still have admin mode on. Right. We'll have to see if we can find ourselves one of the... Let's see. People will say that the Hector and the USCM didn't like each... That is true. To my understanding, like, the USCM was much more militant. But also, considering the fact that the lore of humans in Starbound is that, the Terran Protectorate and most of humanity chose to stay on Earth for some reason. They stayed there. And the USCM, like, you gotta think about it. Like, when you put it together, Nox was probably, like, her family was probably with the USCM in whatever off-world colony they had, if I'm remembering Nox's story correctly. So, that also explains Nox's propensity towards militant extremism, because the USCM is portrayed as being fairly militant and fairly, aggressive, like, from what we have. Like, remember, they have penal colonies still. So, you know, like, they were not necessarily, you know, like, the super fun, happy, friendly people that, Terran Protectorate was. But then again, there is something to be said about, like, taking a militant approach. Because when you think about it, like, the universe is very, very big, and there is a lot of scary stuff out there. You can't just get angry at people for being afraid of the unknown, in my opinion. Like, you have to understand why people are afraid of the unknown. in my opinion. I mean, you never get anything done just by saying, oh, you're right, you're wrong, and so on and so forth. That is actually true. You don't really do much to really... Like, you have to think about it. Like, what exactly is the fate of Starbound's universe when it comes to things like, well, just like race relations in general between, like... Because I know that the Hyloidal and the Flora, they're not on the best of terms due to reasons. Oh, marine sign. Alright, spawn item. Marine sign. Ah, there we go. Alright, what does the USCM have to say? Right. Technically, that's not a background wall. What do you have to say? Thoughtful. Human military tactics involve a lot of bravado. We'll have to look at that sign with other characters. See what they have to say about it. You know, that's actually a good question. How do we know the Terran Protectorate was all fun and games? Truthfully, we can't know that. Also, this is something new and exciting. But, I mean, like, you have to wonder, like, considering the fact that the Terran Protectorate represents kind of like the, you know, the more hopeful, optimistic, joyful, and triumphant future, similar to the kind of future that is shown in Star Trek, for instance, with the Federation. I mean, why was the Terran Protectorate? Why were humans who were, like, pro-Protectorate, why did they limit themselves to staying on Earth? Like, you get some of this in, like, the Protectorate codexes, but at the same time, the Protectorate codexes are obviously propaganda to a certain extent, so you gotta... There are actually very valid questions here when you think about it. Prison stone sign, huh? More USCM goodness to learn about. If I've learned anything, it's that never destroy just one of these things. There's always more tricks and or traps just waiting. Waiting to ruin your day. Oh no. He's trying to box us in. But yeah, basically, I mean, I guess if there's anything to be derived from today's stream and the discussions therein, it's that there's a lot of story potential open in Starbound and a lot of mystery and excitement and adventure still to be had. And I cannot wait to participate in it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Good job again, Gaslight. Let's circle around from the other way. That's true. The Terran Protectorate... In fact, you have to ask yourself, how much authority did the Terran Protectorate actually have? Considering that their whole shtick was that they stuck around Earth, but then they were like peaceful emissaries promoting peace and understanding or whatever, the whole galaxy. Like, if they're anything like the modern UN, then I have to assume that there's a lot of talk and not a lot you can do to actually, like for instance, like the Apex are definitely like a strong military force. So that'd be like, well, they're basically the space Soviet Union. So that'd be like trying to tell Soviet Russia what to do stuff with, or even modern Russia, frankly. I mean, it's not like the UN has that much authority, so I guess that's actually a good question regarding what function the Terran Protectorate really reserved, if any. And perhaps more distressingly, why did they put all their eggs in one basket? Like, I mean, sure, no one except S for Bright even really knew that there was anything going on with the rune. But then again, tellingly, Esper was not on Earth when Earth blew up. You know, in fact, according to the story, Esper stepped down from her position so she could research the rune. When you think about it in that light, Esper's not exactly all that innocent now, is she? my. Little Florin hunting spot here. Alright. Intriguing. Intriguing indeed. Still no horn, though. Seem to be having bad luck finding horns and other useful things like that. Any questions? That is true. I would say the Protectorate, in at least on practice, was probably mostly more just about exploration and discovery. Very Kirk era kind of Federation where there's still many unknown boundaries. Yeah, there's many questions we have about the operating procedure of the Protectorate. Why was the entire top brass gathered on Earth not distributed a little bit? Because I mean, even forgetting about the room, let's do a little story crafting time here. Let's go to our space station to make ourselves comfortable while we do this, to wrap things up. Like, why were they all there? Why were they not distributed? Why was there not contingency plans in place in case something on a catastrophic planetary level were to happen to like the home of the Protectorate? Many questions. Many questions indeed. Questions we may never get definitive answers to, but then again, you never know. We might. Let's see. Continue. It does have a lot of potential. There's a lot of storytelling room. And the Protectorate, I mean, they might have had colonies, but the game really tries to build itself up as, like, everything was all on Earth. And really putting all their eggs in one basket there. Not necessarily the best idea. Also, looking at my cash flow here, I'm gonna have to farm up money at some point. Yes. Oh, yeah, sure, I can lower the game sound. If it's loud. There we go. That better? Many good questions indeed. I don't know if we'll ever get the answers to these things, but you never know. We may see more about Starbound. It may build up on it. Like, I mean, obviously the reason for, like, everything being on Earth was just so that the impact of losing Earth would be seen as more dramatic, but just poor civic planning is what it is. And I stand by that sentiment. Oh, right, I didn't wire that up. Well, so much for dramatic spinning around on our tram station. But, yeah. That's a good point. But, remember, the Protectorate was led by Earth, so its central authority was all grouped right on Earth. So, with Earth gone, a lot of the Protectorate's power and influence went with it. So, this kind of make you wonder. Oh yeah, that's a good question as well. I think, obviously, like, the whole, like, respawning system is kind of a moment of gameplay and story segregation, but that's also another good question. Yes. Anyway, I think on this note, that is true. There was, like, at least one or two non-human Grand Protectors. One or two. Of course, also, with that in mind, the Protectorate probably hadn't been around that long, depending on how long a term was. Like, at least long enough that Esper was a young woman when she had her term, and then was old by the time of the plot. But, yeah. Many questions. Not as many answers. But with that in mind, I think it's time that I wrap this stream up, as I am really stretching time here. So, I do have to be going, unfortunately. But, yeah, fun time with the stream. So, that is also true with Nova Kid having a different starting mission. But I think the lore justification with that is that you're, like, the first Nova Kid to join the Protectorate. But, having Nova Kid bounty hunters, that does sound fun. But we're gonna have to wrap the stream up here. So, for now, thanks to all for coming out. Oh, wait. What's this? Conspiracy theories. We have time for one last conspiracy theory? Probably. I think I'm going to shut the stream down, but feel free to hang out in the comments for a moment. I can't guarantee the next stream will be another multiplayer stream, but it will happen again at some point. do promise that. Don't know when, but it will happen. But for now, that is going to do it for this stream. So until next time, thank you all for coming out to the stream. Hope you all had a good time. I had a good time. Next time you see me in Starbound, I'll have probably tried to tidy up this tram system so we can get something cool going on there. And then we'll do some other stuff. But until then, thank you all for coming out, and I hope to see you all next time.